Okay, we're going to try this again. We are doing this as the second live, and I'm trying to see if I can bring it up on my own channel to see if it's actually working this time. I've never actually had that problem before, but it might be my hotel connection. So let's see. Got anybody joining in? Oh, Carrie's here, and Karen's here. All right, so we've got people. So we've got Christina has found me, Karen has found me, Carrie's finding me. So I'm assuming, can you see me right now? And I'm actually seeing my count. Okay, thank you, Kara. I'm not sure what happened with the last one. I did set it up in a rush, so maybe I set it up wrong, but who knows? But it was what was weird was I could see everything the way I normally would see it. But if you've used, it probably works the same in YouTube. But if you use it in StreamYard, there's a little thing in the upper corner that says how long you've been broadcasting, and then next to it is the number of how many people. That number was it was just zero. And I could see the chat, like I could see, so I had an internet connection enough to see what was going on in the chat, but I showed zero people. So then I pulled it up on my phone to see what was going on. And when I looked on the phone, I realized it was still showing my little thumbnail that my video wasn't running. So I don't know what I did. I am sure something to do with me. Might have been the internet, but I've still got the same internet. So I have a feeling it was just something that I might have done wrong in setting it up. So apologize for that. I never say never, but I don't think I've ever had that problem, even from the beginning. But things happen, and when I'm traveling, it tends to dogpile. So tonight you missed my entire little spiel. So tonight I am broadcasting from another undisclosed location. I'm in another hotel, and this hotel does actually make me feel like I'm in a cave. It is a brand of hotel that I don't normally stay in, and there are literally no lamps. There's no lamps. They have wall sconces. So it's super, super dark in the room, like at any given time. So luckily I brought my ring light. So I've got a ring light set up. There's like a little sconce lamp for the desk, which I kind of like, I have a feeling it's not supposed to be angled, but guess what? It's angled now. So I've got that kind of showing from one side. I've got my ring light showing from the other side. So I'm hoping to be able to have enough brightness tonight that you can actually see my items. It is a short sale. We don't have Katie tonight. She's feeling a little under the weather. She said she might pipe in and say, "Oh," but she just did. I actually, Katie, I am actually at a Marriott, so of course I'm getting my points. I'm an absolute points whore. But they bought another brand of hotels, and it just happens to be one of the hotel brands I've never stayed at before. I won't say what it is because I just kind of said something nasty about them. But it is a newer brand, and I think I didn't know this at the time, but I think it's also a lower market brand. I think it's trying to attract a younger clientele because I just feel very old walking through the lobby, but it almost has like a hostel feel. That's not what I'm going for. So I don't know. The room itself is very nice. The bed is comfortable. It's got a really nice shower. Everything about it is a super quality hotel, but as part of its modern decor, there just aren't any lamps. They just built them into these little pockets. And so it's all this indirect lighting. And there would be no way in this world I could read a book. Absolutely no way I could read a book in bed. There is not enough light at any point to be able to do that. So you can kind of see like all of the lights in the room are on. And you can see how dark it is behind me. So the only light is coming from these two lamps that I've kind of rigged to do for the sale. So we're going to do our best. But as I mentioned, when I was talking and no one could hear me, Katie can't help out tonight. Hopefully you're resting nicely, Katie. Glad you joined us in the chat, but she won't be joining actually live is my voice from above. But tonight was a good night for that to happen because I am doing a shorter sale with fewer items than normal because I am still in the process of shipping items from the Dachshund fundraiser from last week. So for anyone who joined last week, thank you so much for once again supporting the Just One More Dachshund Rescue. I think I saw Dawn is in the chat as well. Yep, there she is. So yes, I feel like I'm absolutely being held hostage. It's absolutely a bizarre, like I said, I feel like I actually am having to be in an undisclosed location. But I think I've shipped out everything. If I remember correctly, I think I've shipped out everything for the fundraiser for everyone who had paid. But I have a unfortunately large number of orders that have not gotten paid yet. So I still have to ship those once those come through. Plus I have 6 items that are on eBay tonight. So I will be showcasing those because those will start ending at the top of the next hour. So you'll still have an opportunity. All 6 of those items already have bids. So we are definitely going to be bringing more money in for the Doxy fundraiser based on those. And you are not going to believe this, and I haven't even told Dawn this yet. As I was packing things up and then pulling items to bring on my trip, I literally moved a box, and behind that box was another case of Doxy donations. I thought I was going to throw up. So I have a couple of items that I brought with me. I brought the non-breakable items with me. Funny enough, one of them was one I'd been looking for, and I convinced myself I had already sold it. So I'm like, oh, I must have sold it. So I found it. It was in this box. So that's how many donations I had. I had so many donations, I didn't even know what I had. So I will be donating, or 2 more items will be up for sale tonight. In this portion of the sale, I'll probably be putting some things up on eBay. No new items will go up on eBay tonight, because a week from now, when it would end, is Thanksgiving evening, and I don't want to end an auction in the middle of a Thanksgiving holiday. So we won't put anything up tonight that's new, but we do have 6 items, and I saw Nate was starting to drop links to those. There are 6 items currently up for auction, and all 6 of them, the proceeds will benefit the Just One More Dachshund Rescue. So one of them is the Deco picture frame, absolutely gorgeous, reverse painted, black and gold, with chrome accents on the trim, along with a publicity magazine shot of Olivia de Havilland. That currently has 5 bids and is at $35. The next one is the magazine. This was the 1952 issue of Illustrated magazine with the poodle on it, live poodle with a little porcelain poodle next to him. That also had multiple bids. That one is, that one currently has 6 bids and is at $20.50. Then I've got the mid-century modern, the Sasa Brasov pottery ashtray. That is currently with 6 bids. That's currently at $39. The collection of brooches is currently at $50. So that's this collection of 5 rhinestone brooches, all unsigned, but those are currently listed those have 10 bids, so that's gotten it up to $50. The metal dish from the 40s, covered jar, Danish, that is currently at $61.55. And then the last is the collection of Kokeshi dolls that had multiple bids and is currently going for $28. So all 6 of those items are currently listed. They're on eBay right now. They will be ending. They kind of have a couple trickle times. A couple will end at the top of the hour, and then it looks like a couple are at a quarter after the hour, and I think some might be at an hour and a half. So they will be coming up. So I think Nate was dropping links into each of those, and so if you'd like to pick those up, and if you purchase, as always, if you purchase anything from eBay, please let me know. I'll give you a shout out here in this chat. But more importantly, if you let me know and you also buy anything tonight, I can combine, because I've had a couple of shipments now from people that bought through eBay and then also bought in a live sale. And the item they bought in the live sale, I think in all but one case, I either didn't have to charge them any additional shipping, or I only had to charge like $1 or $2, whatever the difference was, because you're paying the full retail price through eBay. That's just the way it's structured. And with the way I do it, you get a little bit of a discount. So it's definitely worth combining shipments if you buy something on eBay to also buy at the same time through the live sale. And Dawn has put out a little thank you note for everyone. We are already past the point of what we raised last year. So we are definitely going to break what we made last year. I don't know if we're going to hit the $5,000 target that we had, because it is going to depend. It helps now that I found this extra box of stuff. So I'll have a few more things, some money that can come in from that. And for those of you who are familiar with the backstory, there were those Trusty traveler boxes that had been circulating. the concept behind those 21 boxes was they would all come back, and then I would put those together into kind of it wouldn't really be a mystery box. It would just be like a lot of where I would sell everything that it came together and put that up for auction. The problem is 11 of them are still missing. So I did receive the 2 that had been committed to me. So I went from 9 to, I'm sorry, 10 are still missing. I went from the 9 that I had up to 11 now, but 10 of them are still missing. So I will see if any came in the few days that I've been gone, but I checked right before I left town, and all I had was just up to the 11. So hopefully some more will come in, because that will hopefully bring some donations in as well. But yes, everyone is super generous. Most people have paid their invoices, and I can tell for the ones who have not paid their invoices, they haven't seen the invoice yet. So it probably went into spam or something. So I need to track them down separately. But if you purchased something and you didn't see an invoice yet, all of my invoices did end up going out before I left town. So check your spam folder, but I will be following up with people once I get back from this trip. And then Dawn said that she had gotten some local donations that I couldn't combine for shipping because she's in Maryland, I'm in Illinois. So she is posting those. So those would actually be added to this as well. So that is great that, like I said, I know we're going to pass what we did last year. Last year, we raised $3,500. When she and I did the quick math, we were already at $3,500. So we should be okay. I just don't know how much past it is going to get. So we're going to go ahead and unless there was any quick questions about what are we doing about Sadie? I missed something about Sadie. Nate can usually text me, but I didn't wait. He just did text me. Something about Sadie. Oh, I'm sorry, Sadie Lynn. I'm sorry, Dawn. You had a rough patch. You went through several months where you lost a number of them. I had not seen the post about Sadie Lynn, so I'm very sorry. Sorry about that. Sorry. So that brings you to, I think now you still have over 20 in your sanctuary. So I know your page goes dark when you lose a dog, so we won't expect any posts or anything on that one for the day. But we will be giving announcements moving forward as we get more of those numbers and we can get a final number. So I know we're going to do well. Everyone has been super generous. So I know we did better than last year, and we will get those numbers out. So, and thank you, Carrie, for highlighting that, because I had Nate's note had merged with another one, so I hadn't seen it. Okay, so we are, so 24, yike. So we are going to get started with the actual sale. Again, this one's going to be a little bit shorter. Nate did drop the links in the chat for the eBay items. So I didn't, because I'm traveling, I didn't bring those with me. So I don't have anything to show other than the photos. So if you follow the link, you'll be able to see that and see what this. There are 6 items that are ending this evening. And I think I already mentioned, but I don't remember if it was during the time you guys couldn't hear me. I'm not putting any new items on tonight because they would end on Thanksgiving. I will actually end up having a little chat next week during my normal time. It'll be for the Thanksgiving orphans, people that didn't have any place else to go. We'll just hang out. I'm not going to do a sale. If you're sick of your family by that point, you can hang on, chat with us. We'll just be talking. So I will have something going on next week. It just won't be a traditional sale. And so what I'll probably do next week during the chat, I'll show some items that I'm putting up that'll end the following week. And there will definitely be some just one more dachshund items in that, because a couple of the items that I found in the missing box, the box that I'd lost, some of them are actually some really nice items. So I definitely want to make sure that they can get some attention. So I will be putting those up again, not tonight. I will put them up next week so they'll end the following. All right. Getting things started with the actual chat. Amen, Tim. I 100% on board with that. And you know what? There's going to be a lot of us, and maybe orphan's a little bit too strong of a term for it. I am absolutely 100% on board with the fact that I am not going to be going anywhere for Thanksgiving. I will be spending time with my daughter before that, and then that day, because Thanksgiving is more important to her mom's side of the family. They get together, they do the big, multi-generational dinner. Everyone brings different stuff. Amelia really enjoys it. That's great. I wasn't all that into it when we were married. So Thanksgiving's just never been a big holiday for me. So I'll just finish decorating my tree. Works for me. So so I don't see it as a negative thing, but I think there's going to be some people that either don't have any place else to go, don't want to go anywhere, or again, they're sick of their family because they had Thanksgiving dinner at like 1 o'clock, which I think is a weird thing. And by evening, they'll be looking for something to change their mind. So I will be here. I just went to a sale, I can't imagine there'll be a huge turnout. But you do get a chance to buy another mystery box. So last week, all of the items I sold were for the Doxy fundraiser. So we had nothing, nothing was mine. Now we're back to selling primarily my items, although there's a couple Doxy items. As a mystery box, you do get to, you have to pick the number. If there is anybody new, I don't know if I saw any new names. If anybody new, I work the same way as most. I just don't do any auctions. So when I give you an item, I will tell you the price. I will tell you the number of that item. The first person to type that number in wins it. For the mystery boxes, I make you guess the number. So this number, it's a $15 box. I will typically put $25 to $30 worth of stuff in it, custom packed for how far I'm shipping it. So your shipping will usually run around 10. It's going a little higher lately because U.S. Postal Service raised rates. So sometimes it's approaching 11, but I'll do the best I can to be reasonable in shipping. So you get a fun box. And this time you get to guess the number. So I've got 2 winners. The first 2 people that give the right number will claim their mystery box for the week. And the number this week falls between 20 and 30. So between 20 and 30. So while you guys are typing in your numbers, I'll catch up to all the people that came in. So Chad, another Terp came in. Sorry, I didn't say hi to you, Chad. Delbert came in. Delbert got his mystery box this week. He won one. I think he won one of the Doxy ones. Actually, I don't remember which one you won. Did you win a Doxy one or did you win a general one? I can't remember. I had dog themed ones. I had ephemera themed ones, and I was struggling to get them all packed up. So I don't remember now, Delbert, which one you got. But you said you got a recipe book in it, which maybe you just got one of the regular mystery boxes. Now I can't remember. Anyway, you should, because I think you won one from the Doxy sale last week too. Let's see. Oh, we got Cats in the house. She picked something up last week as well. Beth picked some stuff up last week. Kara donated some items last week. Jan, I think both picked up and donated items last week. Susan Houghton, hello, from the, let's see, I'm trying to think. Susan's I think she's around Kansas City. You got Chicago Lady has come in. Hey, Jeannie. Let's see. So the numbers are coming through. I got to wait and see. Nate is definitely going to have to flag. Oh, there we go. Mystery box. Number was number 23. And so the winners are Tony B and Susan Houghton. So just as I finished saying that I think I recognized all the name, I don't think I recognized Tony B. So congratulations, Tony B, for coming in and buying something right off the gate. If you've ordered from me or not, actually, I don't recognize your name. So if you can send me an email giving me your information. Sometimes people change their YouTube names and I don't catch the memo. So if you can send me a note with your email, with your shipping address to this email, I will get that shipped out to you. So those are the mystery boxes. Those are the only mystery boxes I will have tonight. The next item, since I do have Katie on before she drifts off because she gets too tired, I will do, it's not quite a brooch, but I do have, we've hashtag bring back the brooch. So let's say hashtag bring back the little chest medallion. So this one is, and this is where my lighting is going to kind of burn me. So hopefully, let's see what we can do here. Hopefully you can see, how can I show this so that you will see it without being in shadow? It is a school safety patrol medallion from the Chicago. I need light myself because now I can't read it. From the Chicago Motor Club. So let's see, can I do it this way? All right, not bad. Life really should not be this hard. So it is just a little medallion. I unfortunately don't know the age to it. It does seem to have an older style back. It's got the C clasp to it. The pin itself extends past the hook, if I can figure out how to show it. So you've got the pin itself sticks a little bit farther beyond, so it shows a little bit of age that way. And it just has the patina of something that is upside down, is relatively old. So it's just a little safety patrol. I still think, even though it's not technically a brooch, I think this would look cute on a lapel. It'd look great on a hat. It's just got some great age to it. And it's just, a little memory of the school safety patrol, which I don't think I grew up with, at least not that I remember. So we got the school safety patrol button. It is available. And it actually, on the bottom, it actually has a little 2-year little dangly tag on there showing that they've been doing it for 2 years. So yeah, the little brown noser was the school safety patrol person for 2 years running. So you get the little Chicago Motor Club little pin for $10 by giving me number 85. $10.85 for the Chicago Motor Club. Dawn was in the safety patrol. You're not that much older than me. I don't know. Maybe that was a regional thing. I don't remember ever having a safety patrol around me in growing up. So I don't know. But you grew up in Illinois too. So I don't know if that's. So Melody's saying like late 70s or early 70s. I would have thought it was a little bit earlier. Yeah. So I don't know. All right. So it looks like Susan Houghton is picking that one up. And that was number 85. So thank you, Susan. And I can add that to your mystery box. It'll add no weight whatsoever. So yay for combined shipping. All right. Prairie Stone was a crossing guard. Okay. Now I didn't walk to school, so I didn't have to deal with the crossing guards as much. I guess there were some on site, but our bus would drive by as we got closer to school, the kids that would walk to school. And so I never benefited from having to deal with a crossing guard. But I know driving like to libraries and things as I do my sales job, as you drive into customers, sometimes you drive through neighborhoods, and I don't think I would want to be as crossing guard. That is a tough responsibility for kids that really don't want to pay attention. So, all right, next item. We all had the power in the orange vest. Okay, I'll give you that. What does Nate say? We call her lollipop ladies. Okay. Because they handed out lollipops or because they looked like lollipops in their little safety vests? All right. Okay. Now Steph's got it. You wanted to be in safety role because you got to leave class early. All right. There, I would get that. And, Delbert, it was a free for all when I went to school. I just wore my helmet, safety first. There you go. All right, now I've seen pictures of the white belt and shoulder strap, but I don't think I ever saw it in person. Orange had a belt and a badge. Oh, lollipop signs. Oh, okay, gotcha. I was taking it to a much different level. Sorry. All right, yep, sign looked like a lollipop. Never would have thought of that. All right, next item. This was just a fun one that I picked up. Unfortunately, there's some condition issues, so the price is going to be low on this, but I just thought this was cute for a couple of different purposes. Yeah, I see these on occasion, and usually because if they're in better condition, they go for too much money. It's an old film canister of mouse movies from Castle Films, and it is, you can see up in the corner, it is from Terry Toons. That's the copyright, Terry Toons Incorporated. You can see it underneath the banner there. And what this one is it's the little folder. It would have had additional sides, but over time the sides have collapsed. So it's effectively just like a little folder now as opposed to a box. But still inside in perfect condition, well, not perfect, but vintage condition, is the original film canister of the movie with all of the film still in it. So to me, I'm not big into junk journaling, things like that. I never fully understood how the benefit of some of those. Like sometimes they're so beautiful, I would never want to write in one. Somebody asked a question. Sorry, thank you. Leanne asked a question. Where'd it go? Leanne asked a question a long time ago, and I evidently ignored it. So hold on. Leanne said, "Hey, Nate." That's not a question. Oh, there we go. Got my mystery box for you today, and there was a mystery item in there that I can't identify. Okay, and you think I can? Round clay-looking discs size of $50. What are they? Oh, poker chips. Those are clay poker chips, vintage poker chips. I had gotten a batch of them that didn't have their caddy or anything. So I've just been dropping loose ones into boxes where weight is allowed because they're kind of heavy. So you had room in your box. So you got a little batch of those. And yes, they're just, you hit it right on the head. They're clay, but they're clay poker chips. That's all they are. Some of them were monogrammed. You may not have gotten any of the monogrammed ones, but it had been a monogram set. Some were blue, some were white, some were monogrammed with the white on blue, some with blue and white. So yes, I just kind of threw it in there. So yeah, sorry, didn't mean to confuse you on that. Anyway, so I'm not like huge into junk journaling, but this would be one of those, I think, either a cool thing that you could kind of do as an accent piece. You cut just a little strip of this and kind of put it across the corner just as a decorative piece. It's still pliable. A lot of time the film has become really brittle. You can actually twist this. So you could also turn this into some pretty cool garland for your Christmas tree, because there's a pretty long roll of this. The box itself, I think the side is what would have told me. So I don't know how long this would be. I'm not into this style of like film. So I don't know, like something like this, maybe a 10-minute film. Like I don't know how much is in here. So anyway, I just thought it was kind of cool because even though the box has seen better days as a box, the graphics are still pretty cool. So those would look just kind of neat, in any sort of vignette or any sort of packaging, or even those into a junk journaling. But I just thought that the film itself was kind of fun and could be used in a lot of different ways. And so it's only $5. So $5 for the little mouse movies, remnants of a box, and then the whole roll, and even the metal roll itself has some value to it because that could look cool in like an old-fashioned movie vignette. So $5 for the mouse movies, $5 by giving me number 51. $5.51 for the mouse movies. All right. Next, I'm going to show one of the Doxy items. Oh, thank you, Dana. That just, I've never done that before, but it's one of those that as you start looking at it, because it still curls. That's the one thing. If you're ever buying it online, you just have to make sure that if you want to do anything with it, you have to make sure it's not too brittle. A lot of times when you go to twist it, it would literally just snap. So with that one, you could do some fun stuff with spiral it, package toppings, because you could spin it. It's unfortunate you'd be ruining old film, but sometimes you need to give it a new life, because who even has a machine to show that kind of a film anymore? So let's see, we got number 51 is going to Melody and Halem. So thank you, Melody, for picking that up. All right. I'm going to do the next item is a Doxy item. So this is one of the items that was found in the box that was stuck in the corner that I completely missed. And this was the one that, ironically enough, this was the one that I knew I had, and I couldn't find it. I mean, when I was doing all those listings for the sale, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I sold it, because I had sold some stuff in advance. I'm like, oh, maybe I sold it already, and really didn't think anything of it. But the woman who was helping me, the Huckster handler, she donated this, and she asked, she's like, well, where is it? I'm like, well, I did sell some of your stuff in advance. So she even asked about it. So when I found the box, and then I haven't had the heart to tell her that, oh, by the way, I found your item. So I'm selling it here. Hey, Dan. So I'm selling it here. So this is, and I think I showed this on a video once before. It is not marked in any way. I recognized it, but couldn't remember what it was. Somebody said these were Tupperware. So I think that is what they said, that this is a Tupperware toy. And the idea behind them is they were, I don't think you call it puzzles. I mean, it's more like a builder thing, and there were other animals that you could take apart, and you could give the dog a giraffe head. Yeah, so Gina had it. Melody's saying 80s. I think I had one of these growing up, so I would have thought 70s. But okay, so it's Tupperware mix and match. And I think at the time I showed this, I think somebody said there were 3, like a giraffe. Oh, Gina's got it. An elephant and a giraffe. Okay, I remember somebody who had said the giraffe. I didn't remember the elephant. So I'm assuming they were all in these kinds of colors, if they were all designed to mix and match. I only have the one. I've got the Doxy, which is pretty appropriate. It's kind of cool, kind of fun, and his head pops off. Not disturbing at all. So we have the Tupperware puppy. He's in good condition, as a kid's toy. He does have, I'm not sure if his entire nose would have been black at some point, because you can see there's remnants just at the edge. So I'm assuming it wasn't just ringed in black. I have a feeling the whole thing was black. So this is probably sat in the mouth of more than one child for quite an extended period of time. So that child probably has cancer right now. But that black has all rubbed off. The eyes are still pretty much there. But, you know, this to me is one of those things you sit on top of your computer at work, because everyone will recognize it. Everyone will remember one, and you will make all kinds of friends. He's super cute, super adorable, and he's only $6. So $6 for the little Tupperware puppy, $6 by giving me number 42. $6, number 42 for the Doxy. And Melody agrees that his nose would have been black. Oh, and Sally's still says she's got all three of them. Bonus. All right. So Tupperware Doxy goes to Dawn. All right. Dawn is adding to her fake dog collection to complement her live dog collection. So congratulations, Dawn, for picking up the Doxy. All right. Next item is this. I'm going to make an assumption. This is, I believe, another set of a crumb catcher. I sold some of these in the past, but they tend to be super elaborate and, you know, not necessarily to everyone's appeal. These are just super cool, like almost art structural pieces themselves. First of all, it's got almost a Austrian secessionist, you know, nouveau going into deco look to it, pyramidal in shape with that embossed design at the top. This one goes with it. Now, normally a crumb catcher set, if one is supposed to be the brush and the other is receiver, they would nestle into each other. These do not. They definitely have the same top. So the top kind of nestles in, but you can see this top one flares a lot more than the bottom. So I don't know if these are actually just, they would have been sold at the same time and they're both crumb catchers, like they're both receptacles, or if they just weren't designed to nestle into each other. Because I could see, you know, this one being laid flat on the table and then this one being used to scoop onto it. So like you sweep the breadcrumbs from the table onto it. But I don't think there's a big need for crumb catchers. This is just some definitely vintage brass with some absolutely awesome patina on it in a shape and a design that is so cool. Who cares what they were designed for? You can prop it upright and be back of an industrial design. It does lay, I should kind of show you, it does lay flat, so you can use this as a platform to set other things on it. This one doesn't lay as flat. It's because there's not as much of a platform. So you have to be careful this one didn't tip, but it does still have a flat surface. It's just not as big. So it's just a cool pair. I love these things just from a concept. I even love the super ornate ones, although there's not much of a market for them. But these I just thought were super cool. I got them at a decent price. And Nate, stop it. Don't polish them. They're too gorgeous without being polished. But whatever you want to do, if you buy it, you can buy whatever you want. So it's the pair of brass. I got a decent price on it, so I'm selling at a decent price. It's $10. So just for some great vintage brass, you got a $10 price tag for the pair, $10 by giving me number 32. $10, 32 for the pair of brass crumb catchers, or whatever you would like to do with them. All right. Getting into some ephemera. Since I just chastised Nate, I'll make up to him because I have more Knockgeld. And this one I am sharing because this is a set of, this is actually a set, which I don't typically get. So 32 went to Sandra K. So thank you, Sandra. The brass will head to Texas. So thank you, Sandra, for picking up the brass. All right. So what these are, and admittedly, I did not know these were a set until I was kind of figuring it out and figuring out what I wanted to do with them, because this was part of a lot that I picked up. And what tipped me off is the back. So you've got a 50 Pfennig mark, or I'm sorry, 50 Pfennig, a 75 Pfennig, and a 1 mark. Now, we've talked about these in the past, but if you've missed these, These were issued in Germany, also Austria. These are post-World War One items. And a little bit of research, my daughter, who was a German major, kind of helped me do a little bit of research. It now appears that what these were, there is something called hyperinflation, which kicked in around 1923, where Germany as a country just started running out of money. And so they just started printing money, and that caused hyperinflation. But a pfennig is the equivalent of like a cent. So 50 pfennig wouldn't have bought anything during hyperinflation currency. What these were was they should have had a coin that was worth 50 pfennig, but right after World War One, they had no metal to make coins. So the different states within the countries would create these pieces of paper, and basically these counted toward coinage, and you could take these to the bank after a date that was printed on the back. And this one had a date of February 15th, 1922, that once that date passed, you should be able to turn these in for money. So what I usually have is just some individual beautiful beautiful illustrations and engravings on these, but I don't typically have a set. So these were from my fatherland, mein Vaterland, so my fatherland, and these were issued by the Bank for Handel, and yeah, I didn't get this translated. Like I said, usually they're issued by a state. I'm trying to figure out what these. It doesn't say on the front which state. It's somewhere within the text. So I think it's the Bank of Handel and Gewerbe. I don't know if Tiger is here to do a little ad hoc translation, but regardless, so we've got these three. Let's see. Nate keeps getting these, and people keep buying them for him, and I send them. I think the last set I sent to him, Sam bought 2 sets ago, and then somebody just bought, I think Michelle from Emancipation 300 bought some during the Doxy sale because there was one that had a dog on him, on it. So I had donated that to the Doxy sale. These are from the same lot that had the dog, but this is showing you the artwork. There's just some really cool art. These, to me, it doesn't really matter what they are. They could just be framed as just little gorgeous pieces of art, but they are literally money, and these appear to be uncirculated because they're in absolutely pristine condition. 50 pfennig, 75 pfennig, and 1 mark. So that is the set. You get the set of 3 that are available. Who knows? Nate might already have them, but it is a set of 3 of the match set for $12. $12 for the set of Notgeld, $12 by giving me number 28. $12 for the set of 3 highly engraved set of Notgeld. All right, jumping into some Christmas. All right, looks like we had some takers on 28. So it looks like Nate didn't bid, but we'll see if he says he won. All right, the next one is jumping into some Christmas. This is, you're going to be in a Trusty sale. You're going to find coasters. I haven't had coasters as often lately because I haven't been finding cute ones, or I haven't been finding unique, because not everyone is into coasters as me. So not everyone would be buying my coasters. But these I thought were cute because I just finished an entire dog related sale. So the Notgeld goes to Melody and Halen. Congratulations. I just finished an entire dog sale, and every once in a while people will say, why do you do so much for dogs? Why don't you do anything for the cats? Well, true answer, I don't care about cats, but people do, and I love all pets. And so I have a cat. I have a cat something. So I'm combining my cats and coasters. So we have a set of metal. We have a set of metal coasters that are a little cat with another little cat laying down underneath the Christmas tree, basically plotting its demise as it leaps through and knocks those ornaments down to the ground and rips them out through the window. Not that I'm embellishing at all. So there are a set of 6 coasters. They're all identical. They do not have different designs. However, they have some varying degrees of wear. So you can see the back of these have some pretty serious, since they are metal, have some pretty serious oxidation to them. The fronts are pretty clear. It seems like that might have had maybe a lacquer or something on it that kept them from rusting, but the back did not. So most of them have, actually, I think they all did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, all 6 of these have a little Santa sticker on the back. Now, I don't know if that has something to do with the maker or if somebody decided to just put little Santa stickers on there. So Sandra's saying she bought those when one of her sons was doing a school fundraiser. Oh, okay. I have absolutely I have no idea how old these are. Based on the oxidation, I don't think they're like super, super new, but I would have guessed 80s, kind of based on the way the colors of the decoration is done. Could be older, could be newer, but it's just kind of they're just cute coasters that recognizing are showing some signs of age. But because of their signs of age, they are going to only be used at Christmas time. And you can put a little hook on the back and make these into Christmas tree ornaments. Put a little command strip on there and you can go to town. So whatever you want to do with them, it's only $5. So it's a set of 6 coasters. So they're under $1 a piece for this set of 6 coasters of the identical cat and tree design. $5 for the set of 6. And you get that by giving me number 1. Number 1, $5 for the cat coasters. Let's see. Dawn is getting philosophical. So this group continues to restore my faith in humanity. So cool that we come together several times throughout the week from all over the world. I actually agree with that. That is actually pretty cool. How often am I going to find, make a really good friend online or not that's from New Zealand? Prior to Nate, I don't think I knew anyone that was from New Zealand. So my fellow coaster lover is Karen Donlinger, and it appears she is getting the coasters. So thank you, Karen, for picking up the cat coasters. All right. Now, the next item, priceless, although I will put a price on it. If you all recall, or if anyone is following my channel and they would have seen this, a little over a month ago, 5 weeks ago, was my birthday. And I did a collaboration where people made vintage recipes in celebration of a virtual birthday party for me. And I was one of the people that made a vintage recipe. I was the only one out of everyone who made a recipe whose recipe did not actually show up. Now, I will defend myself. I may have been the only person who was stupid enough to put my video online proving that I didn't do it. Maybe everyone else edited their videos and through Martha Stewart magic, everything was beautiful. But regardless, I made fudge shrapnel, which eventually got turned into a very sweet caramel ice cream topping, which was actually tasty, but diabetic coma inducing. I am selling the recipe book where that recipe came from. So we have the recipes from the Borden kitchen. I should have marked the page. The item that I made was obviously dessert. It wasn't the dessert that I ended up making, but it was obviously dessert. And it was the light opera fudge. So that's the one that I made. It wasn't light. It had nothing to do with opera, and it damn well wasn't fudge by the time I was done with it. But you too could have a chance to make your own catastrophe. It is, regardless of what I did to it, it is a cool vintage recipe book. I don't remember if this one had a copyright on it. It is from the Borden Company, which is based near where I live. So, but it's the Borden Milk, Borden Dairy. I mean, most people, I think it's nationwide. This one does not have a copyright in it, but based on some of the illustrations, we're probably looking 50s to 60s is what these would be based on. And it's more than just desserts. So we've got a section on soups, main dishes, vegetables, salad dressings, desserts, frankly fancy, quick breads, cakes, and beverages. So we have a recipe book. Sorry, again, I apologize for the lighting. So I'm doing my best. Recipes from the Borden kitchen. It's still a cool recipe book, regardless of how I tortured it. But it is $8 for the recipe book for the Borden kitchen. $8 by giving me number 33. $8, number 33 for the recipes from the Borden kitchen. All right. Our next one, I've got another Doxy item. And I only brought 2 tonight, so I only have 2 Doxy items tonight. So the next one, I brought the 2 items that wouldn't break in transit. So this one was donated to me. So I remember who donated the Tupperware. That was donated by Sherry. I unfortunately don't remember who donated this one to me because this came earlier and that's how it got lost. I had made a box of all the dogs that got donated with the intention of keeping the dog donations separate from the non-dog donations. And well, one of the boxes got kind of buried. So anyone recognizes him, thank you. I don't remember who donated him. I did show him in a video, and he is a bank. He has that like flocked, finish to him. So he's like kind of furry, but it's not long fur. So I think somebody said, they confirmed during the video, it's called flocked. So he's got the flocking. He does still have his little paper label on there that says he was made in Japan, and he's a bank, and he does still have his stopper. So he's actually in great condition. Usually the flocking that I've seen, particularly in the the rounded areas, are sometimes threadbare. This is actually still in really good condition. There's a lighter color here, but that's actually colored. You can see his muzzle is a lighter color, and it strips up through his head onto the top. So I believe we determined he was a Cocker Spaniel. He's kind of got that waviness to his big ear. So I think that we determined was the Cocker Spaniel look. And it's a bank. It's a totally functional coin bank and pretty decent size. I apologize. I didn't bring my tape measure with me, but comparing him to the box of maxi pads, this is about how tall he is. So let's see, can it be more accurate? Maybe 6 inches tall. Yeah, he's not as tall as the width of a piece of paper, so maybe about 6 inches tall. So he's a cutie, and he's only $10. So $10 for the little flocked Cocker Spaniel, $10 for the bank by giving me number 89. $10, number 89 for the bank. Flocked Cocker Spaniel. Okay, I gotta be careful. Flocked Cocker Spaniel bank. All right. Yeah, Sandra K. He's a 2 maxi pad tall dog. All right. This one was kind of fun. We've got, let's see. Oh, and we got a couple of eBay items have ended, so I'll show those in a second. So number 89 went to Rebecca Higgins. So the flocked bank is heading to Maine. Great state of Maine. Haven't shipped it there in a while. So thank you so much, Rebecca, for picking that up. All right, so I've got this one in my hands. I'll show this really quick, and then I will look at the ended items. This one is fun for a couple of different reasons. I love stuff that has a story to it. And sometimes it's hard to know, like, what do you do with the story because, it's story. But this one actually has the proof of the story right on here. There's this, it's the remnants of a manila envelope that was sent through the mail, I'm not sure it was actually sent through the mail. I don't see a stamp, but somehow this was shipped because it says on here, dear somebody, I think it says Ray or Ron, I hope you can find somewhere to put this up or someone to put this up for you. Looks something, it would be good because you can use both hands on what you're trying to open. Any ideas of what would be in this? It's super flat. Well, Ray or Ron didn't care for it very much because it never came out of the envelope. It is a one hand opens all sizes under shelf opener for large jars or small bottles. So you've got that just is like a little piece of paper that slides out. You've got this aluminum contraption with the little bar in there and the little grippers, like pretty, I'm not going to say they're sharp teeth, but I mean, there's teeth on either side. So you could open something large or something that was small. You've got the 4 holes. So you would mount that to the underside of your cabinet, and then you would have this bottle opener. So you've got this cool advertising ephemera that was in here. This kind of sets in there. And then it also still has, like I said, Ray didn't care for this very much. It still has the screw packet in the original envelope unopened. So I can't really claim it's new old stock because it's not, there's not really a bag or any sort of packaging. And it was not necessarily stored in the best conditions, because you can see there's a little bit of oxidation on the sides. But I just think this is too cool. And if you can decipher the entire letter, some of it is a little bit hard and it got a little wet and some of it's, rubbed out. But it's just a little story that somebody decided, and I don't know who, the signature's missing, just somebody who decided that, hey, you need a bottle opener. I don't know what I would think if somebody just decided to send me a bottle opener. But, back in the day, maybe that was like something you do to show signs of love. So Ray was loved, and he or she spit it back in the person's face. Said, I am not hanging this. So it's going to go in a box, and someday Trusty's going to find it in an estate sale. So we've got the box opener. No, not a box opener, the bottle opener for $8. $8 for the little under cabinet bottle opener with the little story on the envelope. $8. Give me number 15. $8, number 15 for the ungrateful Ray leftover gift. Absolutely, Tim. All right. Now, we had a couple items and in the chat. Try and find it. We got a couple others, should be ending in a couple of minutes too. So, okay. So the items that sold were the Danish jar sold for $61.55 to someone with CHER is the beginning of their, so share, CHER is the beginning of their eBay name. So that was for the Nordisk Malm jar. To be perfectly honest, you got a good deal. The last one sold for $140, but looks like there was not a big need for it. So that one went for $61.55. And the Kokeshi dolls sold for $28 to Nancy from this overstuffed house. So congratulations to Nancy. I think she's currently having a sale right now on another channel, and then she will be holding her own private sale tonight at 11 p.m. Eastern. So she will be after the sale is over. And I will also use this as an opportunity to share that beginning in December. So again, next week I won't have a sale. That's Thanksgiving evening. I'm just going to have a chat. But beginning in December, Nancy and I are swapping times. I have been cast in another theater production. Yay me. I did end up getting cast in a production of Matilda. I am going to be Mr. Wormwood in Matilda the musical. And rehearsals are on Thursday evenings. So I will literally not be able to do my sale at all. I will be on stage for rehearsal. So through the month of December and January, she and I are going to flip. She will do her sales at 8 p.m. Eastern. I will take her slot at 11 p.m. Eastern. I will do very short sales because I have no interest in being up till 1 o'clock in the morning. But at this point, it's either I don't do sales at all, but I wanted to work with somebody, and she will then, quote unquote, it's not my slot. It's nobody owns any time slots around here. But she has agreed that when I am done with this conflict, we will swap back so that I can have, quote unquote, my slot back. That is not a requirement by any means, but I gave Nancy her first chance to do her first live sale on my channel. So I've always wanted to support her channel, and she's, doing me a solid by letting me swap. So yes, so that's great. I'm very excited to get back on stage. I'm very excited to do this role because I was supposed to do this role last year and COVID killed it. I was able to do a concert version, but that was just to sing a song. Like I really want to perform the role. So I do have this opportunity, and I did not want to pass it up, but rehearsals will conflict on my Thursday evenings. So that is where we're at. So obviously I'm doing the sale now. Next week, there is no sale. And so I also have no rehearsal. It's Thanksgiving. So there's no conflict next week. But starting in December, I will have that conflict. So we will swap. So she will be at this normal slot. So that's this overstuffed house, all one word. That will be at my normal 8 p.m. time. And then I will pop in at her time slot at 11 p.m. for a short sale. I'll probably only have like 5 or 10 items or something. It'll be more like a chat. So thank you, everyone, for the congratulations. That is, thank you, because I am excited about that, but I hadn't started announcing it yet because I didn't want to confuse people with my times. So I don't think we had any takers on the bottle opener. So we will move on. All right. Next one, going back to some ephemera. Lucinda, it is the musical version of Matilda, and I am playing Mr. Wormwood, Matilda's father. So thank you for asking. The next item is, I will admit, when I bought this, I did not know exactly what I was buying. I thought I was buying an ice cream container. I think vintage ice cream containers are cool, partially because they still exist. I don't know why anyone would decide to keep these, but this one is pretty cool. It might be new old stock because of the way it's been folded flat. It doesn't really look like it was ever, it might just have never been used. However, it is not an ice cream container. It is a Mellorine, 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 in imitation ice cream made with vegetable fat. Yep, there you go. Sandra K must have caught that. Yep, big letters. Vegetable fat with the word strawberry right underneath it. And it says manufactured by Quality Ice Cream Company. Okay, I don't even know if legally you can call something ice cream that doesn't have cream in it or doesn't have ice in it. So I'm not sure what the rules are on this. I mean, I guess they're not hiding the fact that it was made with vegetable fat, but I'm agreeing with everybody's emojis. That's kind of gross. Like, I don't see that would be an appetizing, something that you would actually want to buy. And it's on every surface. It's on this does fairly easily fold open. I don't want to fold the edges in because it doesn't seem like they've ever been folded down, so I don't want to mess that up. But it'll fold nice, it'll ship nice and easy in a little envelope. But it's got it on the top, it's got it on the bottom, it's got it all over the place. And then strawberry, because vegetable fat and strawberry, like, who would not think those go together? So it's just this cool. There's like little snowflakes in the background. I'm not 100% sure. I didn't research the company. There was a tiny, tiny logo somewhere. Oh, this one on the edge that I thought might indicate, because it says the Bloomer Brothers Company. I think that's who made the box. And then something carton. Paraffined carton. So I feel like that should indicate the age. I was thinking maybe 40s. And there you go. Probably why the box wasn't used, not a big seller. They printed all these boxes and like, oh, I guess we have bookmarks because no one wants to buy Mellorine. Like, even the names, that's not appetizing. Mellorine. So you know what, Kara? Maybe it's one of those things you got from Bazooka Gum. I have no idea, but it seems legit to me. And I just think this would be awesome in your kitchen. Like, everyone's like, oh, what a great little display of what? What is that? So it is a Mellorine fake ice cream container. Well, the container is real. The ice cream is fake. And it's only $6. $6 for the Mellorine imitation ice cream container. $6 by giving me number 40. $6, number 40 for the Mellorine. All right. Next item is sort of ephemera, I guess. I'm not sure what else I'd consider, but I showed this in a video. I picked this up when I was traveling with my daughter, the Huckster Helper. She and I found this in a little thrift store, and I couldn't pass it up because I thought it was pretty cool. It is a portion of a wallpaper sales book. So quite the Huckster item. It is 2 sheets of wallpaper and then a little promo page with just pictures of some wallpaper. What's cool about them, it is kind of cool. You have these little samples of the wallpaper. This one's kind of a texture to it. This one was designed more for bathrooms and kitchens. It actually has, you can even see there's a sheen to it. It's kind of got like a waxed finish to it. But on the back, it's like built-in advertisements. It's kind of like old ephemera advertising. So the renowned cutout combination, 48 cents per double roll. You can see at the bottom, this was page 29. So like I said, this is kind of part of a catalog or part of some sort of a larger sales packet. And so we just have these 3 sheets left. But if you take this out, and it won't take much for these to separate, it would just give you some pretty cool advertising ephemera that you really wouldn't come across very often, because it's literally advertising on the back of the product sample. So you've got this advertisement on the back of this piece of wallpaper, and then the one with the sheen, it says specifically it's called wash-a-wall, and it's suitable for bathrooms, kitchens, halls, and vestibules. So you've got kind of like a little built-in advertisement right on the back of the product sample. And product samples are collectible, advertising is collectible. How could you not have 2 of them together? Plus you get a third little bonus that shows what some of the other wallpaper samples looked like that would have been in the book. I wish I had the whole book. I don't. So I am going to sell this portion of the book for $5. So $5 for the wallpaper samples with the advertising on there, $5 in the back by giving me number 49. $5.49 for the wallpaper samples. All right. So we've got Cheryl. Were you the share that bought the jar? Yep, I love that jar. Okay, well, congratulations, Cheryl. I will. Unfortunately, I've already shipped your prize from last week. I could have combined them, but that's okay. I will get that shipped out to you. And if anything else you buy, I try and combine. But you're in Canada, so we'll have to figure out the best way to do it. But thank you. I wasn't sure who that YouTube or who that eBay name was. So congratulations, Cheryl. All right, another piece of ephemera. If you join in on the Sunday Tales from the Triptych, we have a new one coming up on Sunday that'll be hosted by Nate. So Soul Nate's channel this Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern is the next tale from the Triptych. The Triptych includes Katie, Nate, and me. Nate will be hosting a triptych on an exploration of a local auction house in New Zealand. So he'll be going through their recent catalog and talking a little bit about how they do auctions down there, how the catalogs get issued, how purchases are made. And I'm really interested to see the difference between those two. So that is the next triptych. But if you like the triptychs, we've done some in the past. And one of the ones that I did a couple of weeks ago was on world fairs. So I kind of covered the idea of collecting from world fairs and the more prominent ones. And I happen to have an item that is from the Chicago World's Fair. So this is the Century of Progress, was the 1933, 1934 World's Fair across the calendar years between the two. This is a ticket booklet from 1934. So this was from the second half of the World's Fair. It has good for one admission to Black Forest Village, void detached. So you can see that there's several pages in here. Some of them have already been used. The first 2, you can see the little end piece is already been removed. I don't know if it says what those would have been used for. No, it doesn't look like the remnant piece doesn't actually say what it was for. So the tickets that are still valid for admission, if it only still existed, was Black Forest Village, an admission to Old England, an admission to Tunisia, and admission to Fort Dearborn or the Lama Temple or Colonial Village. So all of those individual tickets would have cost 25 cents for the admission, but you could buy this little coupon booklet. So it's just, again, it's a great piece of ephemera, a great snapshot in time. It's literally the ticket booklet that was available that you would purchase to actually go into the 1933 World's Fair, with the silhouette of some of the buildings that were from the fair. I just love this kind of stuff. Okay, we had somebody claiming number 33. Which was the Borden cookbook that went to Thrifting in the Holler. So thank you, Soulnate, for the weird little icons, which totally caught my eye. So Thrifting in the Holler. This is why I usually had Katie then being the sign like, read the note from Nate, read the note from Nate. So 33 goes to Thrifting Holler. Then that is my cue to go back and make sure I'm not ignoring any other notes from Nate. And it looks like I'm caught up. So we are good. So thank you, Nate, for that one. So this is the remnants of the Century of Progress International Exposition Chicago, the 1933-1934 World's Fair of Chicago admission booklet. Great for junk journals, great for an ephemera bowl, just great to frame because there's just some cool art moderne colors and graphics incorporated into this for $10. So $10 for the World's Fair admission booklet, $10 by giving me number 90. $10, number 90 for the 33 World's Fair. All right. Next is not ephemera. These are a little set of brass candlestick holders that I thought were pretty cool. It is a set of 4, which you don't usually come across very often, of 4 different heights. They're very narrow, tapered candlestick holders. So let's see, this one is probably about 7 inches tall. This one is like 5 inches, maybe 6 inches tall. Then we got this one, and then we've got a short one. So you have a set of 4, and there's absolutely no way I'm going to be able to hold all of these. Well, maybe I can. So there you go, graduated in heights. They hold a fairly narrow taper. So I don't think you'd get a full-size taper into that one. Or you would have to cut, like you'd have to trim down the bottom. The bowl is kind of rounded at the bottom. So it is somewhat of a different size. It's not like a birthday candle size. I mean, it's definitely bigger than that. So these are tapers, but it's not like some of the big tapers or like the big lucite candles, I don't think would fit in there. So just be aware of that. But they have a great cutout design. It's got this pierced design on all 4 of them. So like I said, I don't think it's normal to see a set of 4 graduated pieces, but they're clearly all the same set because they all have that exact same pierced design on the bottom. So I picked them up at a fairly good price, and so I am passing them off what I feel is also a fairly good price. You can get the set of 4 of the taper candlestick holders for $12. So $12 for this complete set of 4, $12 by giving me number 17. $12, number 17 for the candlestick holders. All right, it looks like we've got Paula joined in. So hi, Paula. I'm sure I missed a bunch of people. I do apologize. I really did try and get better about reading the chat, but traveling, not having my regular setup, and having such horrific lighting is not making any of this easier on me. So Sandra K picks up the candlestick holders. Thank you so much for having that in. All right, next is another piece of ephemera. This is one, I will just say there's going to be some things coming up that I've had for a while, because when I found that box of dog stuff, I found a whole other box of stuff. So this I'd actually had for a while, and it was actually destined for Etsy, but it was nice and flat and easy to pack. So it went into the bag for me to come to the hotel. So it is once again another piece of ephemera, of antique ephemera, because it's something that I personally love and has done fairly well on here. Not everyone's always looking for this, but this is another piece of children's literature from the Riverside Literature Series. Now, this one I thought was a little bit interesting because it's just one of those things I almost want to investigate more. You can see on the upper corner, it says April 7th, 1886. But when you open up the copyright, there are copyrights as late as 1898. So I do not know is why something would have the 1896 date on it, but have a copyright that's later. So obviously this is a reprint of the 1896 edition, but they kept the 1896 name on it. Regardless, you're still looking at something that's over 120 years old. This is a series of poems by John Greenleaf Whittier, Songs of Labor, Among the Hills, Snowbound, and there is a absolutely perfect for Halloween decor, an actual image of John Greenleaf Whittier there. And the contents has 1, 2, 3, 4 sections, all of selected poems, including a map. I'm assuming, hey, there's Maine. Hey, Rebecca. So we've got a map. I'm assuming that's where he either grew up or where he lived, or that's where these stories and poems take place. I won't read the whole thing, but I will try. Let me grab one of the, let's see. He wrote also the lines addressed to his fellow believers. The leveled gun, the battle brand, we may not take, but calmly loyal we can stand and suffer with our suffering land for conscience sake. Well, it rhymed. Let's see. That's actually, like, that poem is in the middle of a story. So I don't know what that is. That was a sketch of the life of John Greenleaf. So let me jump to an actual poem. Ooh, there's another picture. What's the picture of? The Whittier home. Kind of looks like a Wallace netting drawing. So you got a picture in the middle. So this one has got all the stanzas are marked out. So let me pick up the beginning. Another guest that winter night flashed back from lustrous eyes the light, unmarked by time and yet not young, the honeyed music of her tongue, and words of meekness scarcely told a nature passionate and bold, strong, self-concentrated, spurning guide, its milder features dwarfed beside her unbent will's majestic pride. She sat among us at the best, a not unfeared half-welcome guest, rebuking with her cultured phrase our homeliness of words and ways, a certain pard-like treacherous grace, swayed the lithe limbs and dropped the lash. Okay, the meter just changed, as did the rhyming metrics. Okay, that's Whittier. So it is a cool piece of ephemera, somewhat rigid. If you want it in your ephemera bowl, it would hold up some other stuff. Got that great patina, antique paper. Can't fake it. It looks fantastic. And it's a book of poetry. Be great for junk journaling. You know, I hate to say cut apart, but to be perfectly honest, like, really, who needs a book of poetry from John Greenleaf Whittier? But some beautiful engraving there on the front. I just think these are cool pieces, snapshots of history. And there are people that love poetry. And, you know, thank you. That was very kind for you to say that I read it beautifully. Because I literally just opened it and read. But, you know, some of this would be beautiful if someone really studied it. And there's probably some great imagery in there. You know, it's a book of poetry. I picked it up because it's a really cool piece of ephemera. And it's only $5. So $5 for the Greenleaf Whittier booklet. $5, number 74. So 74, $5 for the poetry book. And I think something else should have ended on eBay by now. So let's see if we've got any other winners. So looks like the magazine sold. So the magazine sold for $20.50. That was to the first 3 letters are MyZ, MYZ. So the first 3 letters, MYZ. And Lucinda, thank you so much for picking up the book of poetry. That's kind of you. So that's the Poodle Illustrated magazine, went for $20.50. MYZ is the first 3 initials. The Art Deco frame sold for $35. That sold to Moonstruck Vintage. So congratulations for picking that up. I don't know if she's in the chat, but I visited Moonstruck, very kind. The brooches, what did the brooches go for? Brooches ended up selling for $50. The person who won them, their first 4 letters are COUR. So COUR is who won the brooches. I don't recognize that name. And the Sasha Brostoff pottery sold for $41.01. That was sold to somebody with STV as the first 3 letters of their eBay name, STV. So if anybody claimed any of those items, particularly if you're buying anything else tonight, please let me know, because it's difficult for me to recognize, because in some cases your eBay names are almost always different than your YouTube names. And I want to merge them, but I won't necessarily know to merge them unless you tell me. So between those items, let's see, can I figure this out quickly? 20, 55, 105, 106, 146, 208, 216, 26, $236. was just raised by those 6 items. So $236 added on to the Just One More Dachshund Rescue donation. I have to pay the fees out of that, so it might be a little bit less. But basically 225, 220, 230 bucks just out of those 6 items. And those items were donated by Michelle Decker, donated 3 of them. And Debbie from Chicago donated 2 of them. And I donated the Poodle magazine. So 3 different people donated 6 items and we brought in 230 bucks. So great that happened. I will wait for payment on those items and then be shipping all of those out. And I think the last item that I have to sell tonight is my last piece of ephemera. And this I again had showed in a video. And I think I picked these up one time when I was visiting with Melody. I never got a chance to meet Halem. I got to wear my cool shirt next time I meet Halem. But this was, I believe Melody had said this was near her. It was a set of Westmoreland glass brochures. And it was unclear the era of these. I want to say this was pushing us into the 50s or 60s, just based on the way some of the artwork was done. So you've got these roosters in there. You've got the milk glass. You got black glass. They say right on their genuine handmade Westmoreland authentic reproductions. But what these are cool is what they are doing is they're giving you a snapshot of like so those roosters are right there. It's telling you exactly what pattern name each of those items were and their sizes. So every time, a reseller is saying, oh, I think this is such and such glass, if it's not marked, it's Murano, right? So this gives you an option of seeing, at least if it's Westmoreland, there's 4 of these brochures. So this one seems to be focusing on the decorative glass and milk glass items. And inside it says handmade gifts of authentic Westmoreland. The worth of a gift, regardless of its cost, should increase through the years with use and cherished association. And then it's got the little outline of the big photograph with all the cross references, and all of them do that. This next one is more place settings. So you've got that imagery on the outside, and then the details on the inside of all the different pieces that are part. Illustrated on the cover are the dinner plate, the bread and butter plate, giving even its production numbers with the sizes. So it's just a great item for people who are researching glass or want to have references in the glass. This is showing the English hobnail pattern, their clear glass, and it shows all the pieces that they made it in. So now you can find a piece. If it's not on here, there's a fairly good chance that it's not Westmoreland. And Westmoreland is one of the better known names, particularly for the milk glass. And then this one is their version of the optic and the American pattern. This is the 1,000 eye pattern. So Katie did a triptych on Fostoria's version of this little Cubert jumping pattern. That's the way I look at it. This is another variation of it. So this is the Westmoreland 1,000 eye crystal pattern, and all of the pieces they made with the production numbers and the sizes. So all these 1,000 items, and then it actually tells you, here's the ones that are illustrated. Here are additional items that are not illustrated. So you know that there's a cream and sugar that's low and a cream and sugar that's high and footed. So it's just a collection of 4 of these Westmoreland vintage brochures with the research information. There you go, Melody. Westmoreland County is in Pennsylvania. Great for glass collectors. And these I would think you'd want to keep as glass collectors. These would not want to be destroyed into junk journals, because I like to have reference books. So I see these as more of a reference, and it's $5 for the set. So $5, number 69. Sorry, I forgot to give a little covering thing. $5, number 69 for the set of Westmoreland brochures, but the reference pages of their design patterns. And I think that was everything. So I appreciate everyone who joined in for the eBay auction items. That's fantastic. I was hoping we'd make some good money. I specifically picked those items because I thought there'd be enough interest to generate. I would probably sell them more on eBay than I would choose to sell them for on my live sale. And that is correct. I would not have asked that much for some of those individual pieces. So I'm glad that the market gave it a fair price. Sounds like a couple of the people that bought are not from within the insular vintage community. So I'm glad that it crossed over and gave it a fair market value, that all that money's going to the going into the fundraiser. So number 69, the Westmoreland brochures went to Chad Retro Days. Perfect. So thank you, Chad, for picking that up. I just saw. Oh, Karen is the My Z. So let's see. That was, I don't remember now which item that was. My Z went to. Okay, I will figure out which one that was, and I will combine, because you bought a couple other things tonight, so I will make sure that they all get combined. So Cher got the Danish piece. Nancy got the Kokeshi. Okay, so you got the Poodle magazine. Didn't make it easy on me, did you? Because the Poodle magazine can ship media mail. The other stuff can't, but we will figure it out. I will always make sure I take care of Karen, my fellow coaster lover. So thank you, but I'm glad that yes. So thank you. I'm glad you let me know that, and we will figure out the best way of combining to make sure you save the most money, since you will have already paid for the shipping on that one. Yes, and thank you, Jan. We hope to have the numbers announced, like detailed numbers, soon, quote unquote soon, but because there's a lot of moving parts, and one of the biggest ones, I really have no idea of knowing how much those Trusty travelers will bring back. I mean, the fact of the matter is I spent over $200 to do them. I'd like to make at least that much back. I don't know if I will or not. And if the other 10 boxes don't show up, it ain't going to happen. So we'll see. So those will kind of like be a little floater that I'm not going to have a number on that. And then, like I said, I found this other box of items that I want to make sure I sell, but I'll try and get those within the next couple of weeks. But we'll at least give you like a running total at some point. I'd like to think the best of everyone who purchased from me, that they will actually pay. But like I said, there are still several that have not paid. I do have underbidders for all of those, but that just means I now have to go back, and at least in one case, the underbidder was somebody who already bought something else and it has already been shipped to them. So now you wouldn't even be able to combine shipping. So we'll just do the best we can. It happens, and we will deal with it. But it was definitely a success. And I know that Dawn is very appreciative of all that we have done for that. So I do have a couple of items that didn't sell, and I'm happy to show those again really quickly. Oh, Edward got the brooches. Excellent. Thank you so much, Edward. Sorry, I missed that comment. So thank you so much for picking those up. I don't think you picked up anything else tonight. And I will still send them priority mail just because I want them insured. But those will be super lightweight. And so hopefully you'll get those relatively quickly. I am on my way home tomorrow. So for anyone that did purchase this evening, and also the eBay items, the invoices should be out by hopefully Saturday, Sunday at the latest. And I will try and ship the eBay items out by Saturday to get those. I want to keep my ranking good within the eBay world. So try and get those out as quickly as I can. So thank you for highlighting that, Melody. I had missed that. So the items that did not sell, no one thinks that the fake vegetable fat ice cream box is an awesome buy. I don't know what you think. I don't know what you're talking about. I think that would look awesome in any sort of kitchen. It's got some great colors to it, and I think it would totally wig out all your guests. You could have it sitting out while you're serving them ice cream, and they'll think that you're trying to kill them. So that was $6. That was an item that did not get picked up. And the ephemera, the book of the World's Fair book, didn't get picked up. So the World's Fair book of tickets was $10. That was number 90. So those did not get picked up. And I'm going to go back to Nate's notes and see if there's anything else that didn't sell that I need to go back on. The wallpaper did not sell. So these are 2 pages of wallpaper with the advertising promotional pieces on the back. That was $5 for the wallpaper samples, $5, number 49. And the little under cabinet bottle opener did not sell. So that was number 15, $8 for number 15. So those were the items that did not sell. So, all right, and there was the note from Katie. So I'm sorry I missed that. She did the black hearts and everything. All right. So, like I said, it went longer than I anticipated, but it took a good 10 minutes to figure out what I was doing and why I wasn't filming. So, I appreciate all of you that jumped over and found my secondary video. And I will be back next Thursday, but just as a chat. So, I will be on at the normal time, but we'll just be hanging out. I might show some stuff that'll be going onto eBay. But in general, it's going to be, if you've got no place else to be on Thanksgiving night, hey, come out, hang with us. We'll just have like a little live chat, and whoever wants to hang out will hang out. Other things that are coming up on Sunday is, I mentioned, the next triptych. So the next triptych is being hosted by Nate. He will be covering the day in the life of an auction house in Auckland, New Zealand. So that will be Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern on Nate's channel. And then Katie, I don't know the time. If you want to drop it into the chat, on Monday, there will be we had a purchase. I missed it. Oh, Nate must have been drinking. So Halem got the fake ice cream. I almost resold it on you there, Halem. All right, so that went to Halem. To be perfectly honest, when I picked it up, I kind of had you guys in mind, because I know it's not from Erie, a dairy company in Erie, but it's like anti-dairy. I thought it was kind of funny. Anyway, so what was I just looking for? So, I wanted Katie to put in the chat on Monday. She is hosting a live viewing where she is celebrating her 2,000 subscribers at 7 p.m. Eastern on Monday, the 18th, 19th, 21st, 22nd. Monday the 22nd, she will be hosting a live chat on her channel, Vintage and Vinyl, where she'll be celebrating her 2,000 subscribers by what else do you do when you celebrate 2,000 subscribers? You eat disgusting Jell-O. So she will be eating a Jell-O recipe that was voted on by her viewers. And as a sign of solidarity, I will be joining her during her live chat, making my own concoction and eating a recipe that I found, a vintage recipe that I found, that is also a gelatinous substance. And I will be eating that live. And she had put out an open call for anyone who wants to make some sort of gelatinous item, Jell-O, etc., to eat live on her channel. She will host you on her channel during this live chat. So at the last I checked, I was the only person stupid enough to agree to do it. So if you would like to support Katie, you will be able to be on her chat, and you'll be able to cook. We're not cooking it live, or what do you do to Jell-O? Refrigerating it live. So you have to make it in advance. But she will bring us into the live stream so that we will be able to eat it live, whatever it is that we made, eat it live on her channel. So, all right. I'm going to have to go back to the chat because Karen said all but the bottle opener sold. So I'm looking at my chat and I'm seeing all kinds of note takers, including on number 40. So I need to figure out why I'm not getting the notes from Nate. So I will figure that all out. If you claim something, particularly if you claim something and I didn't give you credit for claiming something, make sure you send me a note. So my email address is here. Wouldn't hurt to send it anyway. I don't, normally I know who most of the people are. I think everyone who bought from me tonight, except for Tony, I knew. So most people I have your information, but particularly tonight, because obviously it's a little bit without my Katie, I was a little lost. Clearly I messed something up with Nate. So I apologize if I missed somebody and didn't announce something. And really, Nate? Really? Did you mean to call me? I don't think he meant to call me. No, he didn't mean to call me. He's going to yell at me, though, because I'm picking on him. Anyway, if you bought something and I didn't give you credit for it, or just give me a summary, I would appreciate it. Again, I'll try and get invoices out by this weekend. Thank you so much for supporting this sale. Again, a huge thank you to many of you I recognize from being in the chat and buying last week as well. The fundraiser is a big deal. It does take me a lot of time. It did almost kill me this year, but it was 100% worth it because I know how much Dawn appreciates the support and needs the money. And I spent some time with those dogs, and they're so freaking cute that they just deserve all the love, attention, and money that we can give them. So again, once again, great thank you to everyone who supported the fundraiser. There will be additional options to support the fundraiser going forward, including the 2 items that got purchased tonight by Rebecca Higgins and Dawn herself. So thank you again so much. I will go through the chat and make sure I have all the items and names correct, and appreciate you hanging out with me. Appreciate you putting your trust in Trusty Huckster, and everybody have a great night. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.